Good evening, I'm Duncan Golestani. More now on the abuse suffered by hundreds of children while in the care of Lambeth Council, going back decades. Shane Donnelly lived in the Shirley Oaks Children's Home from the age of 1 until it closed 15 years later. He's now one of around 2,000 members of the Shirley Oaks Survivors Association. Here is his story and a warning: it contains details of abuse from the start.
I went there in 1968, all the way through to 1982-83. I'm one of 9 family members who passed through Shirley Oaks, and subsequently I found out all of them have been abused. It was heartbreaking and devastating. We had a paedophile living in our house who the police were aware of before I became a victim of his. That's just one of my abusers. And they did nothing. So he went on to be a prolific abuser to myself and other children. When I was very young, I told social workers, but that just went on deaf ears. And as what SOSA's done, and I've found out later, a lot of them were in cahoots with each other. Even today, with this inquiry, they had a golden opportunity to get to the root of it. But once again, they failed, and it's no surprise that they failed. Tell us why, how so many people's lives were damaged for so long, right? Because it wasn't just one rogue paedophile. Right, this is systematic over a long period of time. My family members were in care over decades. I'm the second youngest of 9, and for every one of them to have been abused for so long, I can't put it into words, to be honest. I'm trying, but I can't. As a young adult and an adult, you know, I've walked with that shame and kind of kept it to myself and battled with kind of depression. And because of all us coming together, I'm not walking around with that shame anymore. That burden has to go on Lambeth and the perpetrators and all those who are responsible. I'm not carrying that anymore.
Shane Donnelly sharing his story there. And if you've been affected by any of the issues raised, there is more information on where you can get support on our website. A teenager was allegedly killed after a little scrap over a friend's missing phone turned violent. A court heard today how 17-year-old Anas Mazena died from a 15-centimetre deep stab wound following a standoff between 2 groups in Haringey in January. 4 teenagers denied the charges of murder against them. There are now more than 1,000 COVID-19 patients in hospitals in the capital. Only the North East and Yorkshire have higher numbers. And Whipps Cross Hospital has cancelled all planned surgery and outpatient appointments today in order to address the damage caused by flooding in the capital. Over the weekend, around 100 inpatients were moved from affected wards as a result of all that heavy rainfall. Next tonight, they are filled with the same amount of water that would be used in 8,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But chances are you may never have spotted the giant reservoirs along the River Thames. One of them is in Walton-on-Thames and stores around 10% of all water supplied to London every year. So it's huge, and understandably, servicing it can get complicated, as Martin Stew has been finding out.
If you've ever flown into Heathrow Airport, chances are you'll have seen the giant QE2 reservoir out the window, its floating solar panels glinting in the sunshine. Now, 59 years after it was built, it's been partially drained for a huge renovation project.
Where we're standing now, we'd normally be pretty wet, would we?
Absolutely, yes. We're 11 metres below the top water line. You can see that as you go around the reservoir. We've held the reservoir at 6 metres depth.
QE2 is Thames Water's 4th biggest reservoir and holds 1/10 of the water Londoners drink and wash with.
20,000 million litres of water.
20,000 million?
20,000. That's the equivalent of 8,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
Wow.
A lot of water.
So if the water's drained from here, do we still have anything to drink in London, or is that it? Have we got to go easy on the taps?
It's been a huge planning exercise to make sure that all customer supplies are safeguarded. So we're rebalancing the way we move water around London because we've lost 10% of the storage from draining this reservoir.
Water is pumped in and out through two giant tunnels, 50 metres below our feet. After nearly 6 decades of degradation, they need strengthening, which is where Rachel's team come in.
We're installing reinforcing steel, and then we pour concrete right the way round within a shutter to form this thick lining.
They've got nearly 2 kilometres to reline.
The logistics of it is very difficult to manage, to make sure that we're getting the concrete deliveries at the right time.
Even getting into the pipe in the first place has required some serious digging.
Now, I'm not allowed down the hole because I haven't done my health and safety course, but Seb, who's in that cage, has, and he's holding a camera so we can see what it's like.
Dangling and descending 44 metres underground.
It's a long way down, isn't it?
It is.
From planning to completion, the project will have taken 24 months and cost nearly as many millions of pounds. Once complete, though, it should protect our water supply for another century. Martin Stew, ITV News.
Finally, during London 2012, Eden Cheng was just 9 years old and watching the games at home in South London, hoping that one day she too could be competing on the world stage. Well, fast forward to today, and she finished 7th in the women's synchronised 10-metre platform diving in Tokyo. Her lifelong dream finally coming true, as Anton Allen reports.
Metre synchronised doubles diving. Eden won't be bringing home a medal, but the 18-year-old has plenty of time to progress from being a finalist to becoming a medalist. Less than 10 years ago, Eden joined Crystal Palace Diving Club. By the age of 14, she was ranked in the world's top 30. Eden earned her Olympic place while studying for her A-levels. Eden's rapid rise to becoming an Olympic finalist is giving her clubmates confidence that their Olympic dreams are within touching distance.
I'm so proud. I've been training with her for years, and I know how hard she's worked for this. She really deserves what she's achieved. And it's just amazing because I've seen her from such a young age now becoming to an Olympian. It's amazing, really.
It takes a lot of skill and courage to become an Olympic diver. In this club's 30-year history, Eden is their 13th Olympian.
I'm really proud of Eden. She's a big inspiration to me because she works really hard.
Since I've started, I've seen her in the diving pool growing and progressing, and I've really looked up to her.
16 months ago was the last time Eden dived into the pool at Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. Due to needing urgent repairs, the pool has been drained, but the maintenance is not yet started. Today the club fears for its future. Jill, if your pool remains closed, just how detrimental will it be for young people and future Olympians in this area?
Well, we did have 500 divers. We're now down to 150 because we don't have facilities for them to train in. And we're really worried that we'll lose it altogether, and 150 London kids will lose their diving opportunity. It's just, it couldn't be worse.
On to the weather, and after a day of sunshine and showers, it's still looking unsettled out there. Here's Manali now with the forecast.
Making the most of it, whatever the weather. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Hello there, good evening to not the headline we want to see for this first week of the summer holidays. It turns breezy for us over the next couple of days. Temperatures cooling off as well. We've got more showers to come, but at least in between the showers there will be some sunshine to enjoy. Now, as we head through the rest of tonight, still a couple of heavy downpours to come. You can see the brighter colours on the map. Our temperatures, though, will hold up. Once again, it's going to be a mild night. Overnight lows of 15, 16 degrees. So as we wake up tomorrow morning, a couple of lingering showers, but they'll tend to clear through. Then a brief dry spell, some spells of sunshine, and then out towards the west we've got more showers to pack in. Again, heavy downpours through the course of the morning. A bit more of a breeze out there tomorrow, so at least the showers will rattle through quite quickly. Temperatures will be a little cooler as well, highs of 20-21 degrees Celsius. Then on Thursday, a brief respite. For many of us, it's dry and fine. Temperatures at around 21 degrees Celsius, but more showers to push in as we head towards the end of the week. So sunshine and showers through Friday and even into the weekend. We can't rule out a couple of showers.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
And that's how London's looking tonight. We're back bright and early tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. with the news, travel and weather in Good Morning Britain. For now, though, from all of us here, good night.
It's great.
Really?
I want some more.
I knew it!